students, welcome back to Kaban. Today, let's talk about honesty. When a child lies, it can be triggering for the adults. So the first thing to do is to stay calm. It can help to keep in mind that the ability of lying is actually a sign of intelligence in young children. It shows that the child can understand the truth, can conceive an alternate explanation for the situation, and can convince or try to convince someone else of that explanation. However, of course, we want to foster honesty. So let's understand why children lie and how we can encourage them to tell the truth. There are three main reasons why young children lie. The first one is that before the age of 6, the children are still developing their understanding of what is real versus what is not. This can be addressed by discussing with them about the value of honesty and explaining the difference between pretending and being dishonest. The second one is discomfort with mistakes. The child might perceive them as failure or bad action. To address this, it's important to reassure the child that everything is going to be okay, and then work on their beliefs to help them understand that mistakes are a great opportunity to learn and that you will always be by their side to help them fix their mistakes. The third one is fear of consequences. The child knows that there are consequences to his action and is trying to avoid them by hiding the truth. This can be addressed by reassuring the child, working with them on solving the problems that cause the situation, and also helping them understand the consequences of dishonesty. Now, how do we encourage children to tell the truth? We start with preventative action. We educate the children about the value of honesty. I would encourage you to take the positive approach and talk about being honest rather than not lying. This is a conversation you can start having when your child is 2.5 years old and revisit it frequently so your child understands the importance of honesty. You can explain to your child that you value honesty and that telling the truth makes people feel good and is a foundation for trust. Explain the benefits of honesty and the consequences of choosing to be dishonest. I often give children the example of a former student who really didn't like to wash her hands after recess. Several times she decided to say she had washed her hands even if it was not the truth. We had a conversation about it and we agreed that for a given period of time she could only have snack after a teacher had seen her wash her hands. This meant that she sometimes had to wait longer than her friends to have snack, and that sometimes she even had to wash her hands twice because the teacher didn't see her the first time. If you choose to, you can also set honesty as a community principle. In this family or in this classroom, we tell the truth. Because the children are in the process of building their character, you might need to have this conversation more than once. Now that we've introduced the concept of honesty, let's create an environment that supports the child in telling the truth. If your child confesses to something, reward their honesty with a compliment, even if and especially when you're very upset with their actions. Take a big breath if you need and tell them, "Thank you for being honest." Also, don't set your child up for a lie. Let's not ask, "Did you clean up your toys?" if they obviously haven't. And if a glass gets broken, let's refrain from playing the blame game. "Did you break this glass?" Instead, let's help our children approach issues with a problem-solving mindset. The broken glass made quite a mess. Would you like to clean that up by yourself or would you like me to help? This is also a good opportunity for a reminder. Let's use 2 strong hands when we carry something fragile. When you find your child lying, don't ask them to confess. It will only make them defensive. Instead, reassure them everything will be okay and help them address the situation. Later on, when the emotions aren't running quite so high, explain to your child how you feel. "It hurts me when you're not being honest, and it scares me. I need you to know that you can trust me, that you can tell me anything and I will be there to help you. It will be all right." The objective is to develop a feeling of safety and security in your relationship. After that, I would also invite you to reflect on why your child feels the need to lie and address that concern with them. If you decide to talk about the consequences of the situation, make sure to separate the consequences of the action to the consequences of the lie. Finally, let's model the desired behavior. We tell the child that we value honesty, so let's prove it with our actions. Let's be reliable to our child. Let's only make promises that we can keep and make sure the child doesn't witness us lie to other people, even little white lies. I hope this helps, and I can't wait to read your perspective in the comments. If you enjoyed this content, remember to like and subscribe. And until next time, let's be kind to one another and enjoy the adventure. Bye!